My ladies over 40, come to the front of the class because this video is for you. Hey y'all, welcome back. It's me, Lydia Marie. Welcome back to my channel. Has it been a minute since y'all saw me in a red lip? I think it has. Today I'm showing you guys some of my top tips for wearing makeup for women over 40. As we get a little older, our skin tends to change and we don't have to stop wearing makeup, but we can adjust how we apply it, where we apply it, what type we use, etc. So I wrote a blog post about it, but I also wanted to come in and give you guys a quick video tutorial on some of my top makeup tips for women over 40. If you would like to see that, I hope that you will keep watching. Hi to my new subscribers, welcome to the channel, and hi to those who keep coming back time after time. You know I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's go ahead and get into this look and some of my top makeup tips for women over 40. Alright, first things first is you want to get into the habit of priming and prepping your face. You guys know I like the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. It's a moisturizer and a makeup primer, but you don't want to put any type of makeup on your face without properly prepping your skin. And hydrated skin is really going to help the makeup lay better. It's not going to settle into any lines. So you want to make sure your skin is properly hydrated. Do your skincare routine first, whatever that is. I try to exfoliate 1 to 2 times a week, and that helps that my skin look nice and fresh. It gets rid of all of the dead skin cells that have you having a dull light complexion. So exfoliating once a week, it gives me a nice fresh bright complexion. And making sure that my face is nice and moisturized before I apply makeup is going to help my makeup lay so much better. So today, since I'm shooting multiple videos, I'm going to go in with another primer. This is a gripping primer. This is water based, and this is going to help whatever makeup I have adhere for a longer period of time. On any other day, I would just go with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base and let that be it. But I want a little bit more longevity with my makeup, so I'm just taking this gripping primer and I'm applying it on my cheeks because that's where my makeup tends to separate, right here, and I'm just patting it in. So use the primer of your choice, but think of primer as if you're painting a wall. When you paint a wall, you don't just slap paint right on it, right? You need to prime it first, get it ready, smooth out anything so that when you put the paint on, it looks nice, smooth, and just well done. So that's what I consider using primers. That's how I consider using primers. The next tip is to color correct if you have dark circles or dark marks on your face. This is particularly helpful for black women or women of color. I have a hyperpigmentation mark here, and though it's not as prominent because I've been treating it with my skincare, I still like my color corrector to be under my foundation just to give my foundation that nice smooth one color effect. And when I apply this, I apply an orange. Oh, I got a big old pimple, lordy. When I apply this, I do an orange color corrector because orange colors cancels out brown. So if you want to reference the color wheel, I know it's a little technical, but if you're thinking in terms of dark circles under your eye, you want to do something peach or orange. And in this case, I'm using an orange color corrector from e.l.f. And I just apply it where that darkness is, and I blend it out either with my fingers or a concealer brush and let that sit, and then go on with my foundation. The next tip I have is to layer your makeup. So work in layers when it comes to your foundation. I put mine on the back of my hands. Sometimes I'll just put it on like dabs on my face. It's not a problem, but the tip is to work in layers. So you don't want to slather on 3 and 4 pumps on your face and then have trouble blending it out, or blend and blend and blend for hours. So just warming it up on the back of your hand is a good way to work in layers. You can always add to your makeup, but trying to take away once you've added too much product is a lot of work, and it can go really wrong really quickly. And you see how that just layered up and blended in nice and smooth. So just warming the foundation or the product up on your back of your hand and work in layers. That's why many foundations are considered to be buildable, because you can add a little and build up the coverage as you like it. The next tip I have to help your makeup look better is to fill in your eyebrows. Your eyebrows they frame your face, and they can really make or break your makeup look. You don't have to do a ton of things. You don't have to do the 2016 brow where they meet in the middle, they're carved out, but you can just take an eyebrow pencil. I like this one from Maybelline, and you guys know I have naturally sparse eyebrows as is, and I just take a pencil using the tip and I literally just flick it upward. I'm kind of holding it this way versus this way, and I flick it upward and follow the natural curve of your eyebrow. Just fill it in where the hair is missing. As we get older, our hair and our eyebrows and eyelashes tend to disappear quicker than it used to, so plucking my brows, it's a no. I already have naturally sparse brows. I may go get them threaded every now and again, but mainly I just fill them in with the eyebrow pencil, and that really frames your face no matter what makeup look you're wearing. Your brows being done just gives you a nice, complete, neat look. You all know concealer is my favorite thing. After blush, I never skip concealer, even if I'm not wearing foundation, but concealer is another thing that you want to go in layers. You can do, doing a 2016 triangle where you're drawing here, here, and there and blending for your life, go for it. But these days, in my 40s, I like to work in layers. Now, if I have fine lines and creasing, it's going to be under my eye. So after I prep my eye and I've color corrected, then I go in and do the same thing with my concealer that I would with my foundation. I take it on the back of my hand, especially if I'm using something that's like this full coverage concealer from Too Faced. I don't want to just go in and slather that right under my eye, because first is the placement, and secondly, you just want to make sure that you're blending. Like I said, you can always add to, but taking it away after you've added too much product is a hassle. Another tip with wearing your concealer, especially something full coverage, is that you don't want to apply it right here, because this is where your lines are and this is where the creasing starts. So I put mine about right there, and I have y'all so close so you can see, and put it right here, and then just swipe once I have it patted into place. But you notice it's not under here at all. I'm just typing over that color correction, and then I'm going to swipe this into place. And this is why a fluffy blending brush helps so much. And then once you have it into place, then you can take your beauty sponge, not a wet beauty sponge, but just one that's damp and soft. Once you have it into place, you've allowed the concealer to settle a little bit, and then you can go with your beauty sponge and tap around the concealer, not on top, but just around the edges of where you apply that concealer. And that's going to help it look settled and fresh and prevent a lot of the creasing. When it comes to concealer, I want to dispel the myth once and for all. There is no crease-less concealer. Your concealer is going to crease. There are just things that you can do to prevent it from creasing as much or showing into or settling into the creases that you have. Unless your skin is made of velvet, your skin is going to crease. Concealer is going to crease. So you have creases in your skin. We're human beings, that just happens, but there are things that you can do to help the concealer not settle into the creases, thereby looking cakey or dry or overdone, and we will get into that with the next tip. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention. When somebody says it's a creaseless concealer, that's just to sell the product. We have creases, especially under our under eye, and that's just what makes us human. Now that we are concealed, we have our foundation on, my skin is all one color, but we need to add some color back to our face, and this is where bronzing and or contour come into place. You can do either one that you prefer. Sometimes I'll do contour only, sometimes I'll do bronzer. They both are working to bring the color and dimension back to your face. If you don't want to contour, and contour is just really creating the shadows where you naturally have shadows on your face, so near your temples, around right here, under by your eye, in your cheekbone, sometimes under your chin. Bronzing is bringing back warmth to your face, and it's meant to mimic the sun, so they'll be a little bit warmer in color, meaning they'll have more yellows, reds, and oranges. Contour is more shadow based, so it will have more gray tones to it or more cooler tones. So it's really up to you what you want to do. Today, I think I'm going to do a little bit of contour and set it with the bronzing powder, and that's going to bring the color back to my face. So because I have a fuller face with fuller cheeks, I like the contour right here at my natural contour right here above my ear. Right there, and I'm using the Fenty, what is this? The Fenty Matchsticks in the shade Truffle. And I just like to take my contour right here, a little bit there, and here. And this is something that you can also do on the back of your hand, but since Fenty changed the formulas of these, they're very creamy. So when it comes to your contour, you want to blend it out at let me find a brush. I'm going to use this brush. You want to blend it up. We never want our contour to go down because we don't want the shadows to drag our face down. So when I'm blending it, I'm just going to take this dual-sided brush, and first I tap it and blend it out to kind of sheer out that color, and then I go up, and I'm just gonna meet this little contour right there just by blending it. Now that I have all of my cream products in and settled on my face, my concealer's in place, my foundation on, my cream contour, we're gonna go in now with our powders. If you're over 40, some people shy away from powders. Powder is not your enemy as you get older. It's simply about changing up the formula, where you place it and how much you use. So I like to use a translucent powder under my eye, and that just gives a little bit more brightness. I like to do a little pressed powder first, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me. I'm using a fluffy brush. You don't have to use a brightening powder. You can use one closer to your shade. I just like a little bit of brightness. And again, I am not going to take the powder right here. I'm going to tap right over that concealer and just take that to set the concealer into place. And what a finishing powder does is it literally gives your face that good airbrush finish look. It's really finalizing and locking in all of the cream products that you put on your face. You can use a light hand with these. These don't give you a lot of pigment, so it's not going to change the color of your foundation. It's just going to help warm it up. That's why I like to use a fluffy brush. And you can just go in and tap. You don't want to swirl. Just go ahead and tap. And you can see the difference already, how my makeup just looks more pulled together, more finished, and it didn't change up the color of my makeup at all. Now I'm going to go in with a bronzing powder. This is a powder that is the shade close to the contour, and like I said, everything you do with cream, you want to lock it in with powder. So I'm just going to go over that contour with a bronzing shade, and this is the Sephora collection powder in the shade, Micro Smooth powder in the shade Hazelnut. This is actually a finishing powder, but I'm using it as a bronzer, and I'm just going to add more warmth to my face and just go over those areas where I contoured. And you notice when I was contouring, I didn't bring this down towards my eyebrow. I'm taking everything up towards my hairline. We always want to work up and give our face a lifted look, especially in our 40s, okay? So now at this point, we're going to start bringing some hydration back to the face. I'm going to use some finishing spray. This is the LYS finishing spray. And this is going to help let that powder, the bronzer, melt into our face and not move around when we go on and add other products. Right now, we're going to move on to my favorite, and you know that is blush. So we can either do a powder or a cream blush, or we can do both. And I'll show you exactly how to use them. Y'all still with me? Okay, let's continue. So blush is my favorite thing. Blush is the thing that's going to bring some color back to your face. Now we have added dimension by doing our bronzing and contouring. We have our complexion nice and even. We have our under eye concealed and brightened. So now we need to add some color back to our faces. You can use whatever color blush you like. If you are a black or brown girl or woman watching this, you need a coral blush or orange blush in your collection. I'm just saying. If you have fair skin like me, look for a pink blush. Sometimes a baby pink or even a hot pink will look so amazing on us. Blush is the thing that you can just have fun with, to be honest. So today I'm using two. I'm using my Milani Cheek Kiss blush in the shade Blushing Berry. This is the cream, and just like we did with everything else, cream first and then powder. And then we're going to top it with the Juvia's Place Volume 2 blush, and I'm going to top it with this pink shade here. So the cream blush is very pigmented. I literally just tapped it in the pan. So we're going to do the same thing. Take it on the back of your hand and shear it out first instead of just applying it right to your face. That way you'll have more control over where the blush goes and it won't be too much. Again, the key is to work in layers. You can always add to, but trying to take it away or dim it down after you've applied it can be a bit of a hassle. And that is just such a pretty berry color. And I literally didn't even use what was all on the back of my hand, and I'm not going to use it at all. I'm just going to take what's on the back of my hand now, shear it out again, and we're just going to apply it here. And I like to apply my blush in an upward motion as well. Sometimes I'll start here, but I like to place it like about a finger's worth here and go that way. That way it's a little bit higher. Again, as we get older, we want things to lift and not drag down. Moving on to eyes, I like to wear mascara. To me, mascara, blush, and lipstick are 3 of the products that you can use every day, no matter what eye look you're going for. But for me, mascara really opens up my eyes and it helps you to look fresh, awake. So just opening up your lashes, and I curled my lashes off camera. I'm sorry. I should have showed you guys that, but I like to wear mascara because I have short, sparse lashes naturally. So when I get a mascara, I like something with a tubing technology, meaning the applicator kind of looks like a tube and it wraps every single hair around my lashes, and it gives me a nice Bambi type of open eye look. When it comes to lip products, especially as we get older, everything starts to thin out, your hair, your lips, what have you. Lip liner is a great tool to help you have more definition in your lips. Even those of us with naturally full lips, you still want to make sure you're defining them before you put on any other lip product. I love a good lip liner. This is a new one from Maybelline. These are the lifter liners with hyaluronic acid. But the key to putting it on, again, is not to point it right at your lips, but to kind of hold it at an angle. First, you want to make sure that your lips are nice and moisturized. You got some chapstick on, some Vaseline, and then wipe it off right before you put the lip product on so your lipstick or your lip liner won't be slipping and sliding all over the place. But I like to put mine on at an angle or at a flat angle like so. And then I just take it and literally define my lips like so. And I can't do it while I'm talking, so we're going to do another video, another clip to show you. As we age, again, you want to make sure that you're taking care of every single step of wearing your makeup. So that means prepping and priming your lips. I did exfoliate my lips this morning during my skincare. You can make an at-home exfoliator like with brown sugar, a little bit of olive oil, or brown sugar and Vaseline, and rub it on your lips and just exfoliate it with your lips and wipe it off clean. And there you have an instant at-home lip smoothing treatment. As we get older and we're wearing lipstick, I love lipstick. Y'all know I would not be skipping lipstick at all, especially if it's a red one. I like liquid lipsticks because they last a little bit longer, and though they do tend to be a little bit more drying, prepping your lips for the lipstick is going to help it wear. It's going to help it not show every kind of line and crease, what have you, in your lipstick. So use that skincare prep or that lip prep to wear your favorite lipstick. And I'm going to be wearing MAC Ruby Woo. This is the new formula, and the Maximo MAC Silky Lipstick, whatever they released this year. So when wearing lipstick, you want to make sure that after you have the lip liner, you apply your lipstick in the middle of your lips and then on the outer corner. And do the same for your upper lip. And then on the outer corner, press together. See if there's any gaps that need to be filled in. And I like to take the tip of my lipstick at that point and just kind of go over the lip liner. And there you have it. I gave my face one final spray with the setting spray. Feel free to use the setting spray of your choice. Let it dry down and you're good to go. I hope that these makeup tips were helpful for you, especially for my women over 40. We're going to start going into our makeup tips here on this channel. There is a huge gap in market here on YouTube and other spaces for Black women over 40 teaching and creating makeup content, and I want to be one of the ones in the number bringing you all some tutorials. So if you're a woman over 40 or you know somebody who is looking for help or just want to have fun with a YouTube channel for women over 40, I hope that you will point them in this direction. I hope that you enjoy this tutorial. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I will be taking all questions and comments below. Thanks again for tuning in, and I gotta go shoot another video, so I'm gonna see y'all back here real soon. Bye.